We're live.
Good morning. Good morning.
We're live. Good morning from the beach.
That's Lisa Santiago McNeill. I'm Brian K. McNeill. Thank you for joining us on our show. Let's talk about it. Actually, Lisa's not that much taller than me. Her chair happens to be much higher than mine, but it's okay.
It's okay today. You sure you don't want to switch? That's kind of awkward.
It's all right. We have one show where you're taller.
Yeah. Well, today's show is, did we settle on a topic?
I didn't debate your topic. I rolled with it. So whatever it is, let's go.
You don't even know what it is. It's called Dreamcasting.
That's right. I don't know what it is. So teach us.
Dreamcasting is a form of manifesting. We've all heard of casting a spell, right?
Okay.
So casting a spell is often associated with putting something on someone, or like Cinderella, there was a spell cast on her. Snow White, there was a spell cast on her. So dream casting is taking the premise of manifesting and magnifying it by actually creating what you want.
Okay. So keep going. Now, what does that mean for the topic?
For the topic. So how are you dream casting in your life? So many people are simply going along being part of someone else's dream.
Oh, well, if I can contribute to that talk, because
Sure.
I've heard it said before, and it meant something to me when I heard it actually, that you either live the life that you dream of for yourself, or you'll live the life that someone else dreamed of for you.
Absolutely.
Do the work that you desire, or you do the work that someone else desires that you do.
Absolutely. And so because I want to live the life that was specially and uniquely designed for me, I'm taking the additional steps necessary to actually design that life.
Yes, designing a life. I like that thought process. And dreamcasting, from what I'm gathering just this morning, again, I'm learning it along with you, is you intentionally casting that dream that you can move into.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're manifesting it, and not casually. You're doing it purposefully. So one of the things that I have been doing over the years, obviously many of you know manifestations and manifesting different areas of my life, but with dream casting, it's an amalgamation of all those things. It's taking all of the pieces and parts and putting it together so you're creating a whole world that you want.
So let's talk about that. Let's say someone who's being exposed to this for the first time. Okay. Let's say it's someone that's 25 years old, sharp.
If I were only 25 starting this process.
Okay.
That would have been amazing.
Let's come up a fictional 25-year-old woman. College. I went to college even. Didn't graduate, but she got some college under her. Okay. And she wants her life to matter. She didn't come from means either. She didn't come from means.
It doesn't matter.
She wants her life to matter.
Because we manifest from energy. We don't manifest from money. We manifest from energy.
Okay. Well, she didn't grow up with the energy of people with money. Okay.
I get that.
All right. So, and she hears you say this morning, and she gets in front of you. Can you please help me? What would you suggest? Because I have an idea where you would go, but I want to hear what you actually say.
Well, the first thing that you have to do is visualize it. Visualize what it is that you want it to look like.
Your life to look like. Hello, Miss Phyllis. How you doing?
What do you want it to look like? Good morning, Miss Phyllis. What do you want it to feel like? And if you can get as specific as possible, the better. The more specific, the better.
To me, what I've noticed over the years is when I ask myself or anyone else to visualize the life that they've imagined, I think we have layers. Okay. Absolutely. So what happens is during the first sitting, I can go but so deep for myself.
Absolutely.
And then when I go back and try it again, I can get a little bit deeper.
That's
each time.
You're on a roll. So that's what dream casting is. Dream casting is creating a dream in similar to the way that we would decorate a room,
Okay.
right? So
Oh boy.
did I go off on a tangent for you?
Yes, because
All
I
right,
was in another place.
that's okay. So it's layers. The same
Okay.
way we put together an outfit. It's layers. It's all layers. So you start with the foundation. The foundation, for example, in decorating a room, it's going to be the let's talk about the basic foundation is going to be the floors and the walls, right?
Okay.
So you're going to decide, is it going to be a soft floor or is it going to be a hard floor? Is it going to be color on the floor? Is it so it's really about getting so specific with your dream that you can see all of the different pieces and parts of it. Then once you get that foundational layer down, yes, I want my dream to be independent. I do want to work with people. I want to help them. I also want to have a considerable amount of free time. I want to travel. You begin to appoint the other things in your dream the same way you would appoint your room. So
Good morning, Miss Brittany Thomas.
the paint color on the walls,
Mhm.
and then the picture hangings, and then the little trinkets, and then the pillows, the couch, the you know what I'm saying. So it's all degrees, and that's why dream casting takes time to develop, because sometimes you got to see what elements you want in your dream by actually placing them in there and realizing that that's not what you really want.
You and I saw, first off, good morning again, Miss Brittany and Miss Phyllis. Lisa and I
Hey.
are on location, actually. We're not at our home office. We're actually in at the beach in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So we decided to take a little beach getaway. We got here yesterday, and we'll leave here tomorrow.
And
So
yesterday we met with one of my authors on location. Shout out to Rebecca Jeffries. You were made for this. I love, love, love the Autism Mom and all that she's doing
the
for the
name of her book
community.
was "You Were Made for This." Yes.
Absolutely. And what I love the most about having dinner with her was that she referenced so many of the other authors in the empowerment
That was very
family.
nice. We actually had dinner with them, and Lisa's right. She knew of.
She knew of Brittany. She knew of Carmelo. She knew of other empowerment authors.
And she has even said, through the process of publishing her book through Empowerment Publishing Multimedia, she has met so many other great, great people.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. And so in dreamcasting, you're designing
So
all of the tapestry of your life.
let me see if I can make it
Who you want in
make
it,
sense for
where
me.
you want it to be. Yes.
You and I witnessed an amazing um, uh, unveiling at a live workshop. A friend of ours, Lucinda Cross, she did a thing where she had a lady from her audience tell what is her big ask of life.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady, she stood up confidently and said she wants to do this, this, this. And then Lucinda says, why?
Mm-hmm.
And she even was so bold enough to have her hand out. Why? And the lady said, why? Because I want to da 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 da. And then Lucinda said, well, why do you want to do that? And da 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 da. And then the lady was getting more uncomfortable. Then why do you want that to happen?
Mm-hmm.
And then why?
Mm-hmm.
And then why? And then why? And then why? She asked that lady 7 times why. And the beautiful thing is, when it finally got to the seventh one, um, it was something like, I want to be there for people when no one was there for me. I want to be there for that person when there was no one there for me. That's really what she wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
She said she wanted to make money and travel and do all of these other great things,
Right.
publish and all that kind of stuff. But it got down to, because it took some time, it took some layers, and it took someone to question what she said. Okay, you remember that? It was just such a very, and the thing is, I watched the lady answer the questions get uncomfortable during the process. She got uncomfortable, but she was willing to play it out. Okay, maybe because it was in a live audience and she didn't want to punk out or nothing. She was willing to play it out, but when she finally got to it, she was at emotion. When she finally got to the real, she was like, oh my gosh.
Well, dreamcasting is not for the faint of heart,
Okay,
because it'll be very easy
thank you, Brittany.
to create a dream that is just okay.
Or I think when you first start dreamcasting, you'll say the dream that is that most people can find acceptable. You know, uh, it's not my dream, but a lot of people think American dream is the house with the white picket fence. Okay, that's not my dream. Okay, but a lot of people think that's the dream, or at least they try to put that dream on kids.
Mhm.
You know, your dream is to get a good job and be there for 40 years. That's not my dream. Okay, but they try to put those dreams on it. I
Mhm.
think society cast those things on us to use what we're talking about today.
Absolutely.
But what Lisa's talking about, from what I can understand, is that you can, on purpose, cast your own dream.
Absolutely. And you can design it and develop it and tweak it as much as you want.
Yeah.
And one of the elements of dream casting is miracle making. And I have made several miracles in my life. My son is a miracle. I have the husband of my dreams is a miracle. I have the business, the clients of my dreams. One of my clients was over with us visiting, and she said the most profound, the most, something that made me really, really think. She said, "Do you know all of your authors personally?"
Yes.
And the truth is, I do. I do. And not only do I know them all personally, just about all of them I would consider friend or someone that I would want to be around. Are you okay?
Yeah, we getting. I'm having some fun with some ants, red ants.
Oh, that's not fun. So
These
that's
are
part of
fast
the
moving and
dream.
aggressive.
That's
This is what
part
happens
of
in Florida.
that's part of the dream that I actually really, really cast almost inadvertently. I wanted to work with people that I like to work with.
Well, as a publisher, you have to talk to them before you publish them.
Absolutely.
So, and you get to decide whether or not you work
Absolutely.
with them or not. So, yeah, I'm gonna go get me a washcloth too.
Absolutely. I get to work with people and telling stories that mean something to me, that it's not just a subject and a predicate. It is a story that has evolved someone from a circumstance that they may not have wanted to be in until someplace that they have prevailed and have triumphed in. I'm struggling to read these. Good morning, Miss Glenda. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Miss Phyllis. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. Amen. We look good in our white. Amen. I picked our outfits today because I want to take some pictures as well. So thank you. I'm glad you like the white. I love my husband in white. Absolutely love, love, love it. So
So, even the fact that we're here today, I think has a lot to do with a
dream
thought
casting.
or a
Yeah.
dream. You know, a dream. You know, we wanted to put our feet in this. I'm going to do it today. If my wife wants to take pictures in this white, I suggest you do it early because we're going to be out and about. We're going to go get breakfast and have a I have a taste for some fish and grits. So I'm gonna get me some fish and grits breakfast. Hey, is that part of my dream?
You can manifest it if
I'm
that's what you
going to
like.
manifest what I want. Some fish and grits this morning, and then we're going to go walk on the beach. You know, in this more early part of the day, because I'm going to suggest if you want to get pictures in this white, we better do it early because it ain't gonna. I'm gonna change shirts and it's not gonna look that great.
But I do look forward to that.
Mhm.
So dream casting, being specific, and I was about to talk about the miracle exercise. So the miracle exercise is one that
Yeah.
I have done frequently.
Miss Phyllis said you're going to need another shirt. Yeah, she's right.
He is not. I don't need another.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need another shirt. I sweat freely, and I'm gonna eat breakfast.
Your shirt gonna eat breakfast?
Yes, of course. I'm gonna have all that on me. Okay, at least some. You know.
Mm-mm.
So hopefully we can find a great one close by.
But one of the elements of making miracles is one that I think we all take for granted, and we almost feel cavalier about it. But it is processing forgiveness.
Okay.
One of the elements in making miracles is processing forgiveness. Now, it starts out in the process that I use with expressing gratefulness for even the situations that are not those that you would necessarily express gratefulness for.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
go
we're
ahead.
going to go down that road. I want to bring my people in here a little bit.
Hmm.
How was your weekend, Brittany? Did you do anything cool this weekend? Miss Glenda, how was your? I know you might be on. Miss Glenda's riding on the freeway, so she may not be in a position where she can answer all the questions. You guys always look good. Have fun. Thank you, Miss Glenda. But Miss Phyllis, you might be on the train. Did you have a good weekend? Did you actually let last week end and start a fresh week today? I'm hoping that you did. You know, I'm.
I can't see anything. That's why I'm sorry. I
I
haven't
could
been.
barely see
Yeah, I haven't been
actually.
interacting. You see, I even took
Brittany
off my
says her
glasses.
weekend was great. Yes, well, good. Actually, did we not see Brittany in different pictures and doing stuff this weekend? She always is out, doing something, going somewhere, doing stuff.
Out and about, out and
Brittany's
about.
weekend was great, and I'm glad of that as well, Brittany. Um, but today is it's still Monday, and Lisa chose to talk today about dream casting, and I'm going to get these things here.
I don't know that that's something that you can get.
Well, when I keep my feet still, there's these little red ants here, and they're fast moving, and they like to go up my leg. I have on shorts, so every now and then I look down, I see one on my leg or my
Are
foot.
they biting you or they're just
They're
crawling?
not biting me that I could feel. Okay, they're not biting me that I could tell.
Mm.
Okay, but what do they want to do with me? They can't eat me. Well, I guess they could.
They
Get
could.
enough of
They could eat you. They could eat you. So, absolutely, I certainly hope that you had some good recreation. We had a lovely friends over in the convivium this
They kept
weekend.
them busy. They kept them busy was what Brittany's saying. But Monday, we always think Monday is the most important day of your work week. I still think that. Okay, I think Monday is the most important day of your work week, and this fits in what Lisa was wanting to talk about today, is the dream casting. I think Monday is the most important day of your work week because Monday sets the pace for your week. And I really believe that for you to have a successful week, you need a successful Monday. And Mondays can be successful each time if you intentional about it. You can decide what does a successful day or a good day for me look like. And if you can list what those things can look like, and if you can have some of those things, that counts as a good day or a winning day or a successful day.
Hmm.
Now, coupled with what Lisa's suggesting today, can we start casting better days?
Yes. Yes, absolutely, we can. When we get the opportunity to focus on what it is that we have versus what it is that we lack.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on what we have already, the strides that you've already made, the things that you've already accomplished, and um, also focusing on the things that you accomplished that even you yourself, didn't think that you could.
And you do have some. The things that you've accomplished that you didn't believe initially that you could. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. It's always nice when you come
Absolutely.
through.
Absolutely. Dreamcasting allows us to tap into our inner heart's desires and to create a world that is one that we desire.
Yeah.
To create a world that includes the people, places, things that we really, really want in our lives versus simply either being a player in someone else's dream or simply just being,
Existing.
existing.
Making it through the day.
Hmm.
Eating and sleeping, using the bathroom. That's existing. Yes, you're alive. Yes, but are you living? The more I think about this dream casting that my wife wanted to talk about today, the more I sit here and sit with it, the more I'm coming to the conclusion that this is something that we should do on purpose, but often.
Yeah.
Because it could change from week to week,
Well,
or maybe even more.
absolutely. And the fact that you said on purpose and often, that's another thing that a lot of people miss. Okay.
They think they've done it once.
And it's done. It's a one and done. Dream casting is day by day by day. Just like you don't take one shower and you're done for the rest of your life, you get to cast your dreams each and every day to manifest the life that you want. Absolutely. So again, part of the dream casting experience that I'm living in now was the realization that I was resting in an old dream or a dated dream. Let me put it that way, because
Okay.
it's not old. It's still right. It's still my life. It's still what I wanted. But there were other layers that needed to apply that I was becoming satisfied with the old paint.
Okay. So give an example of what dreamcasting is.
Uh,
You explain what it was, what your thinking on it was. Like I'm not asking you to give an example of how to do it. Okay.
mhm. So the first part, as I was indicating, has to do with forgiveness. It is identifying the things that are in your life that you would like to do differently and forgive yourself for not doing them differently. Forgive yourself for allowing them to be the way that they are. Forgive the circumstance, forgive the incident, forgive whatever it is. And the way that we express that forgiveness is a little bit differently than we've been taught.
Okay.
Instead of saying, I forgive this, I forgive God for this, I forgive the world for this, I forgive him for that, I forgive her for this, we say, I am grateful for blank. I am grateful for blank. I am grateful for uh, living in a house that's too small. I am grateful for um, having a tax bill that's too high. I am grateful for. And you might think, well, that's the opposite of what I really feel
Let me
grateful
tell you
for.
something about a perspective on living in a house that's too small. You know, I have a men's group, and I've had it since 2013. And I had one dude who told us at the men's. We used to meet in person. Now we meet virtually. There was this one dude. He was 26 years old, kind of a gangster, and he wore the same shirt every day. You know, pretty much. Um, but he came to the meeting and he told us, and it was in the wintertime. He says the last 2 nights I have slept in a porta potty. You know, instead of out in the street, he was homeless basically. He says last 2 nights I lived in a porta potty, and I was like porta potty last 2 nights. He goes, man, I looked at it, man. It's 4 walls and it's a roof, so it's better than being outside. It was 4 walls and a roof, which is true. It has 4 sides to the porta potty, and it did have a roof on it. You know, and he felt like that was better than just being out in the air. For 2 nights, he's lived like that. Now, he didn't stay like that a third night. I brought him to my home that night. And he got a shower. He got a chance to wash his clothes. I cooked him dinner. Um, Next morning, I made him breakfast. And I found him a place to go, a shelter. And I drove him. Okay, is what I did. But he didn't want to be in the shelter, but I didn't want him outside like that either. But anyway, perspective on what's too small.
Ex-
You're too small, or you're not good enough job, or your radio car is someone else's ideal or dream.
and expressing gratefulness for even for the things that you don't appreciate is a way to shift your perspective. I realized that as I was expressing gratefulness for something that was particularly off putting to me, that I actually, in that moment, welled up in tears when I realized that I could not have had that problem if I had not had XYZ amount of success.
Sister Felicia says, I love the scenery and the white outfits. Yes, this outfit is Lisa because I don't wear outfits like this and I don't want to match. Actually, I had on a different shirt earlier. Now, let me ask you guys this. Okay, since y'all are, a couple of you guys have mentioned that we look good in our all white together. I had on white shorts, okay, and I had on a blue and white New York Giants jersey that I think matches these shorts perfectly. That's what I had on, okay, and I was going to come on the show wearing my football jersey because it matches perfectly. It looks good. It fits good on me. Everyone loves it. Blue and white, classic. Now Lisa was like, Brian, could you put on that white shirt that I bought you? What white shirt? The white shirt I bought you yesterday. That one over there? Oh, all right. So just to appease her, I took off my beautiful jersey and put on this plain Jane white shirt. That's how much I'm willing to sacrifice for the sake of my wife.
That was a long way to go for that. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Major sacrifice.
But this white up against all of this handsome brown is far more appealing than those competing blues and whites and reds would have been in this particular circumstance.
Melissa Price says, looks too hot for a football jersey.
Thank you, Melissa.
Actually, it's mesh. And it's probably better for my skin. It probably improves my credit score. It probably makes me look better. Melissa also wishes a good morning to Miss Brittany.
Good morning. Melissa, how are the girls and how are you? We hope that you're doing better.
We're actually, Felicia says, where are you guys? We're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we're going to spend the day on the beach, or at least the morning part, or at least part of it. We're going to get breakfast, then we're going to hit to the beach.
Absolutely. Loving, creating a life by design that you can cast yourself in as the key player.
Melissa, it's actually not that hot, but we're sitting facing the sun so that you guys can see our faces. The way we're positioned right now, actually, we can't even hardly see you very much at all.
We can't see you very much at all, but hopefully.
Brittany says, miss you guys, miss you too. I'm coming back on the scene soon. I'm in focus mode, Melissa Price. That's what Brittany's saying to Melissa. Felicia said, the blue would be a little loud with all the bright sunlight. Great choice by Lisa. Balances skin tone and sun rays. Melissa says, the girls are better. I'm about 50% better.
Good.
Thank you all for your prayers because they help.
Absolutely.
Amen. It's a challenging time when everybody now sick.
Yeah.
Especially with mama sick too. Because mama has to take care.
Inevitably, mama gets sick at some point, sometimes a couple of times, because she's got to tend to everybody else. Absolutely.
That's challenging. I used to be a bad guy in marriage, and say, look, you can't get sick. You're the mom, so you just can't. Okay, you have to take care of everything else. You can't get sick. Isn't that terrible?
It is terrible.
Looking back on it, I say such a thing, but
that is terrible.
But I used to say it. I told Lisa something that's probably not great when we first got together. When we knew we were going to be a couplehood, I told Lisa, look, one of your jobs is to always have the answer to the question of, where is mine? Okay, and whatever I say next, you're supposed to know the answer to that question of where is mine.
And invariably, he cast that dream, and pretty much, at least I want to say 85 to 90% of the time, I know where it is.
That's part of her job.
But he cast that dream, and I chose to stay in the position.
Lisa says, no one takes care of me when I'm sick. That's why it usually takes me a little longer to get better. I know she put an LOL on it, but that's the challenge.
It's true. It's true.
Yep.
It really is.
Who takes care? I have a video that I post from time to time. It's called "Who Encourages the Encourager?" But who takes care of the person who takes care of everyone else?
Yeah, who takes care of the caretaker? Yeah. I actually get a lot of caretakers in my business, in my coaching side of my business, because caretakers often get to a point where they feel like they have cared for other people and cared for other people and cared for other people, and then they have lost themselves. And oftentimes, a caretaker is invariably the preliminary stage to a coach. Just learning how to shift that energy so it's not doing, it's showing.
Man, the caretaker like that. We heard a story last night at dinner. We had dinner with some wonderful people. Rebecca, what's the last name?
Jeffries.
Rebecca Jeffries.
Rebecca and John Jeffries.
And her husband, John. They moved to the beach from Massachusetts area. And they were telling us, they've only been here a couple of months, but they was telling us they walk the beach practically every night. They moved from Winters up there in Massachusetts, and they moved to the beach where they can walk the beach practically every night. But one of the things which I think is so beautiful and so romantic as a story in itself, Yeah, Dr. Dip says, "Where is my question mark?" LOL, Brian, you funny. But anyway,
He's telling the truth though.
one of the things that John revealed was his mother had 12 children. Okay, 12. He was one of 12. And everybody, she figured out a way to make the house work with 12 kids. And the way he did it, she did it, was as he grew up, they all understood that they all have jobs that they have to do every day. So his mom, was an amazing manager of people, amazing leader, amazing coach, amazing HR person, because everybody understood that they had jobs. Everyone, and they graduated from job to job. Mm-hmm. Someone had to cook, someone had to help this, someone had to do that. And that's just the way they grew up. That to me was a testament to his mother's leadership. Now, that woman who raised 12 children and never worked outside the home, but she managed the household. They kept the household clean. They kept everyone fed and dressed. Okay, that's an amazing skill. If she had to go and apply for a job, what would she put down as work experience?
Exactly. You are being challenged.
No, that's not that bad. But
well, you are fidgeting so much.
I am, because I want to keep it this way, where they're not crawling on me. But anyway, that woman I was just talking about, his mother. If I was counseling her, I would list her as she's been leading for 18 years, managing people, managing a group of 12, 13 actually, if you count her husband. Melissa Price says, first off, where is my review funny, Dr. Deborah? Felicia Gardner says, so true. That's why self-care is so important. If you don't take care of you first, how can you take care of everyone else? My sister, you're right, but there are so many mothers and so many women that get to this place where they realize, oh, shoot, I forgot to take care of me.
Why do you think men don't have that same challenge?
I don't think they do.
No, I don't. I know they don't.
Okay.
Yeah. I almost.
Melissa Price says, I take that back, Mama. Mama Joan Dunham stepped up to the plate and brought me a big old pot of homemade chicken and dumpling soup.
Yes,
that does work.
That's a cure-all.
And fresh baked banana bread. It was the only solid meal I had. It was delicious. I want some right now. Yes. And I didn't have to cook dinner, which was a huge perk. Absolutely. It was so delicious that it served as breakfast bonus for me today. Thanks for taking care of me, Mom.
Absolutely. Chicken soup and banana bread are both they have medicinal qualities.
I know about the chicken soup, but I didn't know about the banana bread.
So banana bread is part of a brat diet. And if you're having trouble keeping things down or having diarrhea, bananas and flour and oatmeal and all of those things actually help as a binding agent. So there's a lot of things that we did as that our parents did for us that they didn't even realize were medicinal in nature, or maybe they did.
I think they knew.
Maybe they did.
And the Doctor's Book of Home Remedies has chicken soup.
Absolutely.
For colds, chicken soup.
Absolutely. Dr. Deborah don't like chicken soup. She don't like loose soups.
Oh.
But she doesn't not have my sancocho. I wonder if she would like the sancocho.
You have to give her a chance to try it.
Yeah.
You should make it again.
Have to make some sancocho.
Felicia Gardner says, position should be management. Position should be management.
Absolutely.
She knows how to delegate and get things done.
Absolutely.
There's no way that she can manage a house with 12 children without amazing skills at delegation.
Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. It is, what time is it?
It's 9:32, and we're actually sitting outside of our hotel room here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're actually around the pool area. This is really a little small, quaint.
It's called a boutique hotel.
This is a boutique hotel with a decent sized swimming pool. I have a hot tub right to my right here. Actually, I got in the hot tub last night. I'm surprised Lisa didn't, But we had, Lisa went to Jamaica last week, and we had some of that Jamaican rum.
And, that I brought back, which is
I
now
think
finished.
I drank too much of it last night.
Yes, you did.
I think I drank too much of it last night, but we were right outside our hotel room. We didn't go anywhere. And I did have a great cigar last night, a Davidoff.
I had a little tiny cigar with my baby.
She did. So we're doing it together. You said an interesting thing too, because yesterday was our first day here on a mini vacation, And you said you've already had more fun on this trip than you did.
On Jamaica. Absolutely. So shout out to Tara Lyles. Her wedding was beautiful. She put together the trip wonderfully. I'm grateful to her and all that she does. But the missing ingredient for me was my husband. The trip wasn't as pleasant without him. We travel wonderfully together,
Hmm.
whether it's silently or in conversation. It's always in sync.
Yeah, we talked a lot this trip coming here, driving here.
We had spurts of talking, and we
Okay.
had moments of self engagement.
Yep.
And it's really given us the opportunity to just check in with one another, regroup, and
These
the,
squirrels are cool.
enjoying the experience together. For me, I like memories that I can remember with my husband.
Amen. And now, even though we're on location, 3 hours from home, we do have some work we got to get done today. We don't get to just play all day. We do have work to do today because this is Monday and we want this week to matter. And we want your week to matter too. And dream casting, as Lisa was starting off with today, can be a part of it.
It's
And,
creating the life that you
and
want.
we encourage you to make it a part of your life. Um,
Absolutely. Express gratefulness so that you can begin to unearth the things that you have really held, that you have held some resentment towards. That's really what that exercise does.
Mark Greer says mothers are the foundation to the family. They are at times the disciplinarian, the nurse, the accountant, the but always mom. There is an unlimited amount of love in that last word.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Moms are, I believe moms are created in the image of God. What you need? Oh, you have to step away for a moment. But really wanting us, I'm going to try to see if I can see. I can't see. The birds are singing, so you can hear the birds so loudly, right? I know, it's so crazy. Brittany says, you met my, I can't read it. I'm sorry, guys. You met my caregiver. Oh, yes, absolutely. And she is phenomenal. Um, I do, I do remember her and how much she does for you. Just trying to read these things in all of this bright sunlight is crazy. And she didn't know you were the one helping me with the books. Oh, oh, really? I did not know that. I did not know that. But giving yourself a chance to process where you are, to decide what elements of what your life is right now, and remove any parts of it that you don't like, or learn how to fully appreciate what you have is part of dream casting. Are you okay?
Yes. Don't want to mess with the money.
Awesome.
Uh, Mark Greer, last word mentioned that. Brittany says you met my old caregiver in Jamaica. She didn't
Oh,
know.
I did.
She said she didn't know you were the one helping me with the books. You did, Mia?
Who? Who? Which? Who did I meet in Jamaica that was from Charlotte? Was it Faith Girl? Was it Kimberly Clyburn? I don't know. Tell me who it was so that I can remember who it was. Because I did meet some amazing women on that trip, and it ended up ministering to us all. We're grateful that we had prayer on the beach. We had a prayer morning service at the beach that I was able to lead, and there were.
Dianca Brown.
Oh, yes, I did meet Dianca. Okay, Dianca. I thought it was Blanca, but Dianca. Yes, I do remember that. I did not know that. She was lovely. She was, isn't she Lyles Brown? Isn't she Lyles Brown? Isn't she, I think she's Lyles Brown. But I can't, if it's Lyles Brown, I remember exactly who it is.
Okay.
But I there were all some amazing people on the trip. One, I want to introduce you to, um, Dr. B and her husband Larry. I think that you would really enjoy
You're
that.
probably right because you know the kind of people I like.
Yeah, they were fun, and they were uh, they were New Yorkers who are now transplanted in Charlotte.
Tara Lyles is her cousin.
Yes, I do know her. I helped with her makeup also. She was a sweetheart, a beautiful chocolate beauty. I really enjoyed her. I did know who she was. Yes, I did not know she was your cousin
No,
or your
she was-
caregiver.
yes,
I did not know she
former
was your
caregiver.
caregiver. Absolutely, it's a small world. That's why you can't fight people.
That's right.
You can't just be out fighting people, cussing and carry on. You never know who they know
Whose
and
cousin that is?
It was people that were not necessarily with us. I'm going to say that because I don't want anybody to get in trouble. That were like, shoot, I'm in Jamaica. I could do what I want. Said, honey, this is a little piece of Jamaica with everybody who is from the U.S. in this little spot. If you do what you want, there are chances that it will beat you home.
Oh, somebody will tell.
Yes.
It's because you got camera phones.
There was everything. There was. I had no desire, of course, to be doing anything that I shouldn't be doing, but
But you're right. That's maturity. You think nobody sees you.
you
somewhere?
think nobody sees you, and you think nobody knows you.
Man, I remember one time my pastor, Pastor Anderson. This is the second day in a row I mentioned his name. He pulled me to the side. He goes, "Brother Ron, be careful where you go. You never know who's watching you, man." And that's all he was willing to say. He didn't tell me what I got caught doing or where someone saw me or
How
what
about
they
that?
said.
How about
Or what
that?
they said, because they could have said something.
Yeah, no. What goes on in Jamaica, don't stay in Jamaica, honey. Let me tell you.
Or Vegas. That's not true.
That is so not true, especially not now.
No.
But Winston, Archibald, Jefferson, Edison, and Clyburn, all of them brothers, you're not the first one that they met from the U.S.
Yeah, they know how too.
Yeah, they know how.
Mhm.
So be easy.
Yeah, she was my caregiver for 13 years.
Oh, wow. So you know her well.
And she knows you well.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to reach out to her. We did share information on Facebook, so we are all connected, and I cannot wait. Speaking of which, I hope that those of you who are my authors that will be participating in the 2021 Author Showcase, virtual Author Showcase, we're having two. We're having a virtual one, and we're having a physical one.
Look how the weather has changed since we've been out here. It was sunny and calm. Now it's windy and cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
If we have a rain burst on us, show's over.
Yeah, we're going to have to run. We're going to have to run. Because I want to give the opportunity to once again give our authors a chance to stand up in front of a room and make their presentations again to new audiences. But I really love the virtual model. Mm-hmm. And so I don't want to limit it. So we want to do both. I want to do both. I actually have rented the space once again where Martha and Kelly work up there in Concord.
Yeah.
So we're going to do one in late June or August. Physical one.
Martha and not Kelly. Her name is
Martha Rushing works there.
Yeah.
And Kelly Little works there.
Really?
Yes.
What about Skinner? She's not there no more?
Yvonne?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, probably with Martha, but that wasn't the point of my statement.
Okay.
Martha and Kelly are both my authors.
I didn't know Kelly worked out of that office.
Yes. And Martha referred him to me.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes and yes. Yes and yes. Go ahead. That is so true.
Eyeballs are everywhere, regardless of where you are. Be very easy. This is
Be very easy. Be
now,
mature. How about that? You don't have to hide what you can be proud of.
Now, we're outside of a hotel room. They did ask us, at least put in the paperwork, to be quieter.
After 11 p.m., Brian.
Okay.
Don't just make up rules. If people are out here jumping and playing in the water, they wouldn't tell them to be quiet.
I'm not going to
yell.
yell.
Did you just look down at me like you just gave me the up down? You just gave me the up down. Like, who do you think you are talking to?
Hey, we know Bernie Mac calls that look. You know, if people look you up and down like that, that means you want to do something.
Right.
So I backed up.
I bet.
What you want to do?
Gave me the up down. Shoot, I had to go get you. I think I was looking.
You up and down.
He gave me the up down. Y'all believe this? Can you read Felicia's comment?
Yeah, she says that. So we read that.
Oh, I didn't know you read the whole thing.
Yep. Regardless, it'd be very easy. LOL. Yep, we got it.
It is. It is. So it's
And
time
now-
for the songs.
No, I don't know if we want to do them. It's 9:43. I think it's too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Well, how about we just sang Carol Burnett's song?
To end the show
Yes.
this early?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm so glad we had this time together.
Couture Green is here.
Hey, Couture, are you guys back from Arizona?
Look at that traveling our friends are doing.
Traveling Arizona. Where's Bill Brown? He is in
Portland.
112-degree weather yesterday.
Out west, they having a heat wave. Out
Heat
west.
wave. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love
If
it.
I lived out west right now, the heat wave would only be outside because I wouldn't be a part of that at all.
You know what? And that's part of dream casting.
Right.
You will cast yourself in a dream where you had ample air conditioning.
Exactly. And shouts out to the people who have to be outside in weather like that because of work or
wow,
whatever.
yes. Oh my god.
Imagine a roofer.
Oh, do they not make concessions for scheduling when it comes to that?
I think that would be a good idea.
Woo.
Okay, but I don't know if they always do.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. I think it'd be a good idea. But we're not from home. We're gonna go get some breakfast. We're gonna end the show a little early today. But I do thank you guys for coming in. We'll do the show again like this tomorrow because tomorrow we're gonna check out and get on the road. But you guys have a great rest of your day.
We love you, love you, love you, and permission to be amazing is already granted. Cast the dreams of your desires and let them start with sex. Because everybody should have sex. Go have
Tornadoes is
sex.
still there.
Oh, okay. Go have sex.
Felicia loves everybody vacationing.